Hi, Arun.
Hello.
You can start, Boj.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Hope my screen is visible. No?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Now, yes.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining. We are close to getting to buying the lots. We are very happy. With that being said, let me see how this okay. The first, the whole agenda today is to discuss the selection process, review the the lots that are available on the market from the realtor that we have received, and as well as the travel plans. What are the travel plans? The last one is the funding options. Just want to clear it, we are not going to fund. I'm just saying, what other options are available. Some of the good ideas came in case if you do not have cash at hands, there are a few options that we are just suggesting, but again, we leave that to individual to make those decisions, how we want to fund that. But again, so let's get started. So the selection process, so based on the list of lots available, this is again we discussed in the last call. It's kind of first comes first serve. Select your unit, whichever unit. 3 units we selected, and among that, pick your lots of your interest. And I shared the sheet. I put it here. Let me bring that up if I can. Yeah, I hope you guys had a chance to review the list. Those who all paid, documented here. There were few more, who came after the deadline. I think Kupraj was there. Arun, I don't know if you got a chance. You had some few of your friends and relatives who came after the deadline. And someone else asked me to add as well. I forgot who it was. I need to go back to my list and see. But again, to start with, right? I'm just have given few examples here. As part of the selection criteria, right? We pick 2 units, and I want to go back here. Either one lot per 1 unit, or you can pick 2 lots in the same unit, however you want to do it, right? Among those 3 units. So the listing that we have received, it's quite a bit of numbers we have, but again, just to give a fair chance to everybody. So we're trying to put some these criteria in place. I wouldn't say restrictions. I wouldn't call it as a restriction. It's a criteria, giving option. So based on what you like, you have to what we are planning to do is give this full access to the realtor. So when you call her and say I want to select these 2 units, she will update here, and you will have a week time to pick the final selected lot. So this is the process we have thought about. We ourselves, the core group will also remove our access, and give access only to the realtor. So she knows who selected what, and we can also see who selected what. And then once you select the final lot, the other lot will be freely available. I do not speak Telugu. I don't know what Venkatas say.
He's talking to somebody else, I think.
Okay. So again, we will open it up today. So you have time till next week, next Friday. The reason why I'm saying next Friday is, there is a group planning to travel, both from the core group and as well as some other friends may join. So we will discuss that aspect. Regarding if we have opted for 2 lots, and if you end up buying 2 of them, we will refund one of the $250. The other 250, post common expenses, we will refund those things back. But if you selected the, if you finalize the lot, and then you back off, I don't want to go back and forth on this one. Whatever the expenses, post that, we will try to refund if possible. The original discussion was to, not to refund, but again, we have to.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Sudarshan. So if you're going to select the lots, and it seems like we're finalizing what lots to pick. So what's the purpose of the travel later this week?
I mean, few of them, wanted, so not everybody could travel. So if you select the lot, it gives the opportunity for them, those who are traveling can visit your lot and give some feedbacks to you. We will discuss this in little detail, why, we are planning to do that. Let's see.
Should we wait until the travel to do the selections then?
Again, right, the selections, only few are going. So I think, again, there's a possibility it may not be even there, right? Only realtor would know if there are offers for that lot, if they are on pending. So that information we do not know. So until you connect with the realtor directly, and see, I want these 2 lots. She may tell you, this may be there. See, it's not there. You can block. It's an open market, right? At that time, it's not only us. Anybody else would be competing, right? So if it is there and she confirms it is there, then it gives an opportunity those who are traveling, to see. Let me bring it up so it's very clear for us. This is. Yeah, this is one of the listing. Let me see if I can maximize this one. While if you look at this, right, zoom in.
I think there should be killer.
Okay. So see, even though the realtor has given the lots that are available on the market, so he has put some information here, right? That information is not filtered based on the current site that she has selected. So for example, be careful buying a lot that has a ditch running down the side if the ditch doesn't show on the map, right? That is something we do not know right now, which one it is, which one is not. And then if you are looking at double lot and want to build in the center, do not choose the lot that has power wires running down the middle of between them. So that's the only way, if somebody wants to look at these 2 lots, if we don't know if the power line is going between those 2 or not, right? So if you select those 2 lots, it gives us the options to go and see that and see if some of these, criteria, there are no issues there within those 2 lots, right? That information we can give back to you.
Boj, a quick question. I know we missed last time. Aren't we trying to finalize a unit where we have the number of lots that we are looking at? If we are looking at 40 lots, aren't we trying to see if we have all those 40 available within a designated area rather than trying to spread all over and in different units?
Yeah, that's the plan. That was the plan, but again, the availability, as you can see, this is the latest one we got. But she sent the whole, all the lots, all the units she shared with us. So based on what we have requested, it's kind of spread it around rather than where we can group everybody within these 3 units was a little challenge. But again, we may have to see how we can do this, Kalyan. I don't know.
Yeah,
who spoke.
Boj, I want to add one thing.
Yeah.
So they are neighboring units, right?
Yeah,
Between
correct. It's all very walkable, 5 minutes distances, everything.
30, 31, and 49 are the ones that we chose because of the proximity.
So Boj, do you have the 30, the ones, the 3 lots that we looked at? Because
Correct,
this
correct.
way we
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think
Those are the 3, yeah.
one sec. If I can go back and see if the one.
So the Arvind, well water has 30, city water has 31, and I think 49 will be in the well water as well. So
Correct. Yeah, I think we discussed this in the last, right?
Yeah, obviously he wasn't there. The person who was
Okay.
coming. Okay.
Yeah, so we went through that aspect where let me see if I can bring up the other one.
while you bring that up, I have another question, right?
Sure, go ahead.
Didn't we say that how are we going to manage the lot selection? You said it's going to go to the realtor, right? But wouldn't that be an indication for the prices to go up if 40 people go and say at different points in time that they're interested in buying some lots?
We discussed these aspects with the realtor.
Okay.
Arun, do you want to comment on a few things here?
Yeah, no, definitely. One of the things that we thinking is we don't want to drive up the market price, right? That's why we have this spreadsheet that will be only visible for us. That way, we don't make offer to the same somebody
Got it.
else offered. So we will be restricting ourselves in a way we are not competing against each other, which might drive the market up. Because if you see the listing as well, there are people who have, made the price listing price much higher just because to see if they have any offer. So you can see there are units on the market like next to a lot that is 32,000 dollar. The next lot is like 45. The only reason you would, they put it out is that since the market, they want to see if they get the offer or not. So those are the things that we discussed. And as a group, what we discussed with our real estate agent will stay within real estate agent. It's not going to become public that we are 50 people trying to buy 50 different lots.
So let's say it's sometime early next week. Let's say I make a decision. Who do I let them know that I'm interested in lot 55?
The real estate agent. Our real estate agent. So she would mark it on the spreadsheet.
Okay, fine. So the real estate agent will make sure that that information is not relayed to the different sellers. Yeah,
that is correct. Not outside. Yes, obviously the spreadsheet will become view only for us and editable for the real estate agent, but she has a best interest for our group, an individual, seller at the same time, but not to others.
Got it. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one quick question there, Arun and George. You mentioned that we have to select ahead of your visit to Florida, right? But then again, if you find something not favorable, then again we have to go through a second selection process. By then, certain plots probably were not available, right? So that's something as other member raised. Could we wait until you visit and then see these are all the ones we should strike out, and then only these are the ones we should actually consider?
Go ahead. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, right? These are available openly in the market. The only way you will come to know right now it is available or not is through realtor, right? It's best to we start putting our foot in quicker than waiting for us to go travel. The traveling is to just to double confirmation, right? There's no issues with the lots and stuff, rather than selecting the lot itself.
No, but the lots are like the price points for all lots are all over the place, right? Like and as Arun mentioned, now how do we know this is like a person trying to see if there is an offer or actually that lot has some premium that's worth actually going for that price, right? How do we know that?
You can discuss these aspects with the realtor.
Okay.
She may able to help you out on that aspects.
Okay.
Yeah, even after the visit, this is something we cannot predict. The latest
No,
point.
no, the
We
latest
cannot
is
make recommendation, right? The core team, whoever travels, they cannot make a recommendation, it is worth or not worth, that kind of recommendation.
no. What you can see visibly, right? Like by why specific lot is really put higher price versus the next lot is lower price. Maybe there is electric wires like like some lines are going over the other lot, which but the reason could be lower price, where the other one is different. Either no trees and fine, basically plain land, and again we don't know that, right? Like by
Correct. Yeah.
that's
So-
why if people who visit there actually can see that, because not Google Maps are all not they're not giving everything.
Exactly.
details.
So
That's
the
correct.
So the point is, right, if you look at the number of plots that are made available for us for discussion, right, you're looking at hundreds of plots, right? So it's really not feasible for the group to go in and look at hundreds of lots over one weekend and come back, right? So if you have some option one, option two, then that narrows down that from that 100 to a more manageable number.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, after the review, they come back and say, you know what, both of your options are not good because of a power line, then you get an option to go for something else at that point.
Yeah, even the realtor can help you in that, right? If she's available, she can also go and you can request her to go and check on these aspects, because you're not visiting yet. We are not there yet. She can even go and tell you, within the week, where she can go drive down and tell you, if those, aspects are, there or not, and how we can make the decision. She can also help you on that.
So Boj, are we going to all pay same unit price for the lots?
No, see, the seller is individual, Jerry.
Okay.
So if you select one lot next to me, the price will be different too, right? Because seller is different, and the price may also vary if the lot has not cleared up. So for example, if lots next to each other, one lot may be flat and cleared already for you, and the other next lot may not be cleared for you. So the price may can differ as well.
Okay.
So it all depends on the those aspects, the sellers interest to how quickly they want to sell. So it all plays a role, right, in any real estate investments.
Boj, Bala here.
Yes,
Just a
Bala.
silly question. When we talk about the city water and well water, right? Well water, did we have how the well water was in those area? Because
that is something we can go as per the travel, we can check those things,
okay.
Bala.
Yeah,
right,
because it would be each lots will need to be drilled, right? Or
yes,
bore wells.
correct.
Just want to be water table, just want to take that consideration, right?
Yeah,
just
I think the whole state is like that, right? If you look at state, Florida, majority of the water lines are based from well water.
Okay.
Only major cities have city water, but again, right, some cities may have city water, but again pumped from the well. So there's those possibilities are there, right? We have to drill down deeper and find those information.
No, just thought of asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. I mean, the constraints that you are thinking that how we have been seen in India,
Yeah, that's the main focus. Yeah.
Here you get water within 20 feet or 30 feet in Florida.
That water is not drinkable, right? I think you mentioned, right, Boj, last time.
I wouldn't say that. Again, everybody goes through that filtering system, and then they use that for drinking as well. So it all depends, right? I mean, well water, anywhere you go, it's not straightly drinkable. based on
Right.
what I have seen here in the US so far. And then you connect the filtering system and drink that. Again, as we discussed in the previous sessions, the whole majority of the state buys water to drink, regardless of how the water connections are.
I think that's what I think we discussed as well. Given
Correct.
the hurricane prone area, the city water might get contaminated more frequently.
Yeah. So coming back to this one, so if no further questions, we can move. So the travel plan, right? As a core group, again, not everybody from the core group can travel at the same time. There are 2 dates that we have selected for our core group to travel. Again, there are many friends who wants to come on their own, but they wanted to join during those time where the core group is planning to travel. So these 2 dates we have picked. I don't know. We made a decision, so probably we will make a decision tonight. Who's going to go when, and we'll share the information in the WhatsApp group. So those who wanted to travel on their own, see if you can also join. Again, we will try to coordinate, the meeting point, which hotels, within the town. We have asked some of this information to the realtor. So as soon as we have that information, we'll share, where we can meet, what time, so we'll try to coordinate that. And sorry, I'm sorry, who spoke? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear well. Okay.
I think it was crosstalk.
Okay. Sorry, it's okay. Going again, this is I don't know if Kalyan is here. I know you shared this sheet, Kalyan. I didn't get a chance to review this in detail. If you don't mind, do you mind providing your inputs based on your research? So it will help us. This is some of the suggestions what myself, Arun, and Sunny, Aravind were looking into it. Right, how much the lot price was offered, how much it was sold. We shared that information as well for those 3 units, 49, 30, and 31. As I shared, the information that the unit 31, where the city water is there, the market seems to be very stable. There is no huge price fluctuations in sell price and sold price, unless like the other 30 and 49. I think what we can think is, some of the prices are pretty highly quoted. Based on our discussion with the realtor, that's how the trend seems to be. Maybe those sellers are testing the waters. There's a possibility of that. But again, I will let Kalyan give your inputs. Kalyan, you are able to hear us? You're there?
Yeah, I'm here, Boj.
Yes. Yeah.
So the data set that you're looking at basically has a listing of all the sales that happened in unit 49.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the first thing, and the one should understand that I just basically did this as again, just to see where how the price movement was, knowing that we're probably about from anywhere between 8 to 15 years away. And we don't yet need to have the roads paved and all that. And for that, you don't need to be paying the premium. So with all those considerations, so I restricted this data set for 49 only. Okay. So as you'll see here, the third column there is the sold date. And that needs to be looked at in conjunction with the price for which that lot was finally closed for, right? And the other column that might be of help is the number of days that was on market before it was sold. All right. So if you look at it, the fairly recent ones, that probably seem to be, selling between, 30 to 45 days, which typically can be categorized as a quick sale in real estate, right? So if you go down the list, you'll find the sales that basically happened over 2020 in the past. Obviously, the ones on the top were the ones that were very recent as the April of this year. Okay. So, and again, the price column there will behave the same way, because the 2020, the prices were about, $7,000, $9,000 per lot and all that. But, as we have seen these months pass by, the price is moving up, right? And it seemed to have stabilized, at least for unit 49, at 17K, right? And I've also offered my comment to the group, and that is, since we have the strength of numbers, right? We have about, to my understanding, 40 lots we're trying to buy as a group and all that, right? So, my offer, the fair offer that I would think that we can give to the realtor, the offer to buy at a price of 12 to 14K per lot in unit 49 again. Okay. Again, it comes down to negotiation, right? So we need to be basically leveraging our numbers in terms of, okay, we are, as a group, we're basically willing to purchase this lot at this price. Now, one thing we don't know, or maybe the core group that are in conversations with the realtors might have insights into it, but I don't, obviously. So how motivated are they to sell, right? Because if you look at the price point that we're offering, 12 to 14K. So let's say that, we go with the high watermark, that is, okay, 14K per lot. That is still below, but also the recent, the ones that are listed out there, I have basically seen for one or two lots the price trending down, and that's not an equitable thing that we can base our decision on, right? And the market could change quickly. Okay, so the quick takeaway from this is that the average price in unit 49, the lot seems to be selling at 17K right now. Our offer should be 12 to 14K. Just solely based on our numbers that we have as a group here, right? Because it's a guaranteed sale for them, right? So now comes the question of how motivated they are to sell at that price. And that's where the negotiation comes in. And
sorry to interrupt you. At that part, I think we already crossed this. Since there are all individual sellers, this big number is not going to influence them, I guess. Isn't it, Boj? We talked about it, right? Yes. It's all up to the individual seller, how desperate they want to sell. So it's a good point, starting point at 14 or 415, whichever they want to start individually. I think that should be the individual decision, and then we can move on, right?
It's a great observation, what Kalyan pointed out. But what he is also pointing us as a group, let's start with the offer price around what Kalyan is.
I agree with that.
And obviously, the negotiations is not with the realtor, Kalyan. It's very similar to how we would do it here, any part of the US, which is you would be negotiating with the seller, but through the realtor. So it's a very great point what you just observed. That's, I think I completely agree with you. As a group, we don't want someone, one of us to start putting at 19, right? We are
Correct.
always going to offer around this price, and we all know each other a little bit. So we are not competing for the same lot. So that we want to keep all our activities under the radar, but it becomes one off to the seller, unless the seller happens to be the same with the 2 or 3 lot they have purchased together and they are trying to sell. In
Right,
that
right. So
scenario, you might be able to negotiate if multiple houses or multiple lots are the same seller and it's on the market, then we can probably say, hey, we're going to buy all 4 together. And hopefully the seller doesn't see that we are desperate to buy together and, increase the price. But obviously that negotiation, as Dr. Sundar mentioned, it'll become one-on-one.
Mm.
see, Boj, the bottom line, right? Anybody's individual interest, and I get, what the others are saying, that these lots are. See, the unfortunate thing with these lots, right? And I do acknowledge that is the situation there. Most of these lots are owned by the individual investors.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So henceforth, some might basically have the luxury of time. They're not rushed in a rush because they might be considering the macroeconomic factors, what is happening in this country, right? And they might be, knowing even more than what you and I can consider at this point, because, we're not a businessman by trade, right? Is what I think I'm trying to say here. So really, that is what makes this negotiation a little tough one, right? Because if you have a motivated seller, obviously, you can negotiate the price down and all that. But for an individual, right? For anyone in this group, what it is, there's no point in overpaying for an asset, right? More than what the market is and all that stuff, because you can see it clearly. I think Arun was telling this, right, when I joined the call, where you'll see a lot listed for 25, and then the next to it, you'll see a lot listed for 40. So that kind of price disparities basically comes from, one of two things, testing the waters, because right now there is a lot of money out there, right? So people are rushing to put their money in the assets. That is what is happening. So if you and I know that, these investors would know that for certain, right? So the only thing I was hoping for is use the strength of our numbers, right? And basically tell them that, look, you as a realtor, if you can possibly, whoever comes from this group, I don't even know if this is possible, right? So if the lot price can be, made between such and such amount, that probably could be something, because you see, the latest sale that happened was 17K, right? In unit 49. So, there's no point in paying 25K for it. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, you're okay paying, and if you go down that column, right, 13K, 17,500, 16,000, 17,000, 18,000. So the range that I've given, 12 to 14K, is a leverage of numbers that we're trying to use here, right? Because if they were to agree to sell us at that price, then obviously you've bought the lot at or slightly below the market price, right? Which would basically give it a buffer for it to grow over time. And you don't have to basically feel bad about overpaying for the lot.
Kalyan, I completely agree. I think, as you mentioned, that would be our starting offer price. And for, Boj, do we have similar spreadsheet for the other two units?
No, we have. I don't think Kalyan has done it. I don't think we have done it.
But,
But
very similar.
Arun, quick question here. So if individual lots are priced differently, how will we come with that starting point? Right. What Vinay was saying was, the right thing, because if we go as a group, like one person negotiating for all the, or I'm not saying trying to say one person, I mean, it's like as a group we go, these are the 40 lots we need and this is the price we are willing to pay. That would be much easier, but as you said, right, let's say if the lot itself is 17,000, one is like 12,000, why would somebody pay 14,000 as a starting price for that lot, right? Then you are actually it will be hard to consistently maintain that, because if all the lots are pretty much in the same frequency, like let's say 17,000, but according to the map, if you see one is 17, one is 12, and if we decide the starting price is 14, the 12,000 person will be in disadvantage, right? Because he's actually paying over premium,
Hold on. Santosh, sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
What Kalyan mentioned is the average price, right? So obviously, if the list price is 12, we are not going to offer 14. We would offer less. And bargaining as 40 people together, it's not possible with open market. So
ruling out that so we are ruling out that the whole as a group bargaining is out of picture here. Right now. Okay, that's what we want, because the confusion was because as I came late, so what I was thinking was the same, because the whole idea was like, we'll be doing a group bargaining, which will give us a leverage of staying closer. I know that, these are all not far away, but again, including the price wise, like it will give us that advantage. So we right now, based on all the research that was done, that is not possible right now. It's a 1-to-1 now.
Yes, and so we still have a lot of advantage being in a group. What are those? One, we are not competing against each other and increasing the price, and we are not making it known to people that there are 100 people around the country trying to buy lot, and few of them already purchased. So there's no chance everybody has to come here. And so that those kind of information, we are keeping it among ourselves. And since we would be trying to make sure, we will only make offer one lot, those are the things that we can do on our side. And those are still a great advantage in this market for us to negotiate and pick the lot and then also keep the price not go crazy.
So Arun, when the list of available lots given to us, they will be in a specific range that realtor is going to give us, or they're just going to give us all the available lots range from 15,000 to 50,000?
They will give all the available one. It's as a group that we have to put some time and effort to make sure the one we want.
Yeah, so that's again, if people are going all over the map, that like, one select 40,000, another select 20,000, then again, as you said, their price points are not fair in certain places. Maybe they are actually there, until we actually go there and find out, we don't know whether 40,000 is worth 40,000 or it's just tasting waters.
Yep, and that is like Boj mentioned, it is possible there could be two lots next to each other. One is completely cleared off all the trees and have a good boundary. It could be listed at least 7 or 8 grand more, and they might add 10, make it at 10. So there could be two lots next to each other, one listed for 20 and the other one listed for 30, and 30 might be a better buy for you.
Okay, is it not a good idea to ask a realtor to give a specific range and only the lots listed in that range?
The problem with that is even within our group, there are people who want a little bit bigger lot possibly, and possibly next to each other as well. We discussed that.
Okay.
If we remove that, and they might find another one open on open market. See, what the realtor is doing is they are putting it in a map, so you can see in one screenshot rather than trying it on a Zillow or something, and a lot of click and click. So it's probably okay to have more information and making a better judgment on our side when we are making offer than the other way around.
Okay. Okay.
And as I said, I mean, we are making, see, even now, think about it, Kalyan made a huge, contribution by looking through this, analyzing this spreadsheet, right? I mean, that's the advantage we have as a group. Everybody brings their point of view, and then we are making decision based on everybody's input rather than one. And we can always, I mean, as a group, we should probably the next, phase, interact among ourselves a little bit more frequently and exchange information while you pick the lot and while we are making the offers.
Okay, understood.
This is Kishore here. So Arun, I've been hearing that you're saying from the beginning we should not become competition to each other, should not increase the price. Of course, that's a very valid point. We as a group shouldn't be doing that. But in reality, how we are going to practice that and follow the discipline? Can we just have some sort of a regulation, say if there is a lot for 20,000, right? I'm going to be talking to my realtor and I like everything. And for me, 1 or 2,000 may be okay. I may just pay more and get it, because this is an individual discussion at this point in time, right? So at that place, can we have some sort of an regulation or discipline? If I am making an offer 2,000 more, I should discuss with this group and get the concern, then go and do it. Because we as a group should have that kind of discipline. Otherwise, for me, 2,000 okay, for other person 3,000 okay. Then we are increasing without even knowing each other, right? We are increasing the price without even knowing each other. So can we just have that discipline or practice? Not only the individual decision, it should be also group decision.
Absolutely.
That is how, we have to follow the discipline. I should be even thinking, no, it's okay for me to increase 2,000, but for the group it is not. Then I shouldn't be doing that. Otherwise, we as a group will not able to succeed here. We will just increase the price.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a great point. There are few things we already covered, Kishore. Boj, you can probably bring that spreadsheet. What we are going to do is the spreadsheet that we have now, the final lot. Yep. See, if you see what we are going to do is we're going to make the spreadsheet view only for all of us. Boj, maybe you can move to the right a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm trying.
And we are going to make the realtor do the edit for us. So we do our research individually and work with the realtor to update here, what's my first choice of lot, what's my second choice of lot. And as we progress, we make sure that, we are not having more than one lot one as the priority for others, right? So that's one thing. And also now, just like how we discussed with Kalyan, and he said, hey, when you're offering it at 49, unless there is a huge reason, don't offer more than that 12 to 14 range, because that's what the sold price indicating us. So we do have it. I probably personally will not have any issue adding a column here and say, this is the offer price, I am putting it down. But I'm not sure everybody would be comfortable doing it. But in nutshell, Kishore, exactly what you mentioned is what we are trying to do is here as a group. We wanted to stay under the radar and then, try to do the best. And obviously, like you mentioned, say my friend bought buying a house and his offer got accepted at 15. But I also offered at the 14, but the seller wants to say 17. Whether they know I wanted to buy next to my friend or not, I'm at that point, I might say, you know what, instead of going back and forth with negotiation, they might pull out of the market, but I want to buy next to my friend $2,000 at the end of the day for, when I build the house, it'll be $250. So whether it's 248 or 250 makes no difference. I might pay that $2,000 more. And I probably will thinking that the group would be probably okay with that too.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. We should add a column here, so that at least again, we as a group should follow discipline for us to succeed together. Otherwise, we are going to increase the price for sure. 2,003 on here and there. It'll get. We don't even know, right? As Boj clearly saying from the beginning, when it comes to this buying process, it is between you and realtor. Sometimes this group is not even going to know what I'm talking to realtor, how much I'm paying. There is no way. But we have to a little bit transparent here. Again, this for the group, we are doing for a cost, so we have to do it like right way. It is not like we are trading here, we're investing to make money, right? So I would prefer my personal opinion is to add a column here. Even before make an offer, put the number and then make an offer and see.
Just another thought though, on the same lines. If we all go to the realtor with the same lot request, obviously she will have the ammunition to say, yep, there's a lot of competition on this specific one. So the price is going to go up. Is there a way we can also do that outside? And when we go to the realtor, each one is going for a specific lot that we all agreed outside of reaching out to the realtor to say, this is what I'm interested in.
Yeah, I think that's why we say we have a week for you to pick lot 1, lot 2, and then put the final lot selection there. And that information, I don't know how this is how we envisioned. So once the final lot is not identified, then we are going to go open it up to the realtor, right? So we should have the final lot selected by Friday, and then on Saturday we will give the information to her.
You're saying both ways. You're contradicting.
Correct. I was thinking, how we discuss this one, right? When we're going to give that information, whether we give lot 1, lot 2 information to the realtor, and then
Both yes, that was our innovation.
Okay.
We want to make ourselves the core group, view only access to the spreadsheet, and let the realtor work with our group to update the lot 1 and lot 2 and the final selection.
Okay.
So, it's just to take us as a core group an added advantage of selecting the lot, which is, we wanted to try avoid that.
So to understand, we have to start talking to realtor and then select lot 1 and lot 2. Basically, we have to tell realtor lot 1, lot 2, and final. Is that correct?
Yep, and we could even have a group with the realtor with all of us, right? Then it's become a little bit more transparent. There could be some time delays, right? She's not at the desk all the time.
Yeah, I think we should have a call with the realtor as well.
Okay, I suggest one thing. First, the realtor should know people are calling from this group. So you have to give a name to our group. Do we have a name with the realtor?
We have not done that, Sunny. So we will call ourselves elephant in the rooms. Okay. Or elephants in the room.
Elephants in the room. Okay, whatever you want to give.
Lolo Group, Florida.
Okay.
I think we will, give that name. So we'll bring her in. Probably we can discuss, how we have planned this out and how she needs to help. And in case if she has some questions and stuff that we need to answer, we have to answer as a group.
Boj, this and the seller is representing the realtor is representing the seller, right?
No, the
buyer.
Both, I guess.
There are a possibility of both, right?
So my next question is: do we know the lot owned by the owner? Want to know that this guy, the seller has 5 lot or 6 lot? Is that we can identify these 5 lots owned by one seller?
I think we asked this question and she came back and said, the possibility of that is very less, unless the lots are next to each other. There's a possibility of that, Sam.
Okay.
So if two lots are available, right, in a unit, then there's a possibility of having the same seller. But based on her, research, all the lots are in, individual sellers. San. Again, right, there is another complete investor we talked about in the last call. His name is David. He has, many lots that are not open in the market. He's a single seller, but he's asking prices $25,000 in unit 49.
In general, about $10,000 more than the listed price.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's all.
and yeah, he doesn't want to negotiate as well. So
No. Actually, I disagree with that comment. Whoever that said that, you see, and again, I'm looking at Unit 49, and if you go look at, his website, the suggested price for Unit 49 for a 10,000 square feet lot is $2.80 per square feet, right? And that puts you at $28K per lot.
That's correct.
Right.
correct, yeah.
So if you look at section 1 and 2 that is listed for 49, none of the lots, there is a $500 variance, this way or that way. So this lady is right about where he's at. Okay. The only point I'm trying to make is that, she may be a pleasure to deal with, but not this other guy. But her prices are same as this other guy. Okay, that investor guy.
Yeah, this lot lady is giving the price on the market what the seller has given, right? But this guy, he has given the rates right away, right? So there's a difference here, right? If my lot is next to
Right.
David's lot, obviously he's going to use that information and put. I'm going to put the right. So that's a possibility. But what our realtor is saying is it's overpriced. We can negotiate.
With David, that's not possible.
Yep. So
Boj, again, there are 30 lots, roughly give or take couple, right? The ones that are highlighted, that are at least in unit 49. So there are about 30 lots to choose from if somebody interested in unit 49.
okay.
Right. In a quick glance, again, just 30 lots available in unit 49. And again, if you go to the other sections, other units, obviously, the prices are high.
Correct. Yeah, that's the trend we discussed, Kalyan, on the last call as well, right?
Yeah.
The price range, is higher for unit 31 because of city water, and 30 and 49. But again, see, once we start selecting the lots, we can put our own map to see how closer we are coming together, right? Even though it's within 5 minutes distance, 7 minutes, 8 minutes distance. So once we select the unit and lot, we will come to know how our map is going to look like.
And do we know like which lots of the are actually the same lady is representing on the seller side also? Because that could be
we can ask that question.
Yeah, because she could use that to its advantage to the seller versus buyer. We don't know that, right? It could happen either way.
Either way. Yeah, probably she can even motivate the seller to sell as well, right? There's a possibility of that. Yeah.
Right, or even she could motivate buyer to buy for the higher price.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, those are the kind of other the issues that are concerns we can clearly see with going with this lady. But yeah, but then if the other person is clearly putting at 25, are we sure we in lot 49 in unit 49 we are actually going to get like less than 25, less than 20?
What was the price? Did you say $2.08 or $2.80 per square feet in David's website?
I think it's $2.80.
280, yeah,
Yeah. So it's about 25K.
28.
Yeah.
8.
For a quarter acre.
But we are not talking about all our lots being at 10,000 square feet, right? I've seen some around 7, 8 also, right?
I think everything is kind of
Quarter acre, yeah. It's
quarter
kind of,
acre.
Quarter
yeah.
acre, mini, I think. I
That's a
haven't
standard
seen
size.
anything else.
Yeah.
80 by 120.
Yeah, everything is kind of outlined that way, you know, by township, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so in this list, Boj, that you know what you sent, oh, the city water. Never mind. I was looking at city water list. Never mind.
Yeah, I think did we share the other where one second. I'm just checking
Yeah.
what else.
Can you also share this Kalyan's sheet? I don't think.
Yeah,
it's not
I will. Yep, I will.
Thank you.
Can Kalyan do the same thing for 30 and 40, 31, please, if it's possible? Use the same filters.
I'm sorry, what was the request?
You have done good work on unit 49, the sale price and everything, the details. Similarly, can you
Right.
do those for unit 30 and 31?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just.
That will be great help.
Yeah, absolutely, Kalyan. Thanks. You know, I was so pleased, you know, when you said, when you wanted to, you know, share this information with the group based on your research.
Yeah, that gives at least a good starting point. Even if somebody wants to go with 16 or 15 or 17, whatever it is, they know where they are, and the average price is clear, and we can discuss, have an informed discussion here. That helps.
Yeah, and kind of validates research, right, from second source also.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, this also clearly highlights for at least for unit 49, the guy David's guy is saying 25 minimum, then Kalyan sheet showing 17, you know, range, and I know. So I think that's probably in the ballpark why we are going with this lady versus David, right? To get that
Right.
5 to 8,000 leverage.
Right. And
Is
another
there-
key point, right, I wanted to try and bring forward to this group is that, all right, so the listing prices, I know that the listing prices negotiation is possible and all that. Now, one could use this as a leverage also, right? Because if you show them the real data as to what is being closed, what has been closed in the recent past, that is 3 months, which we have the data now for, right? And then you can say, okay, these things are closed at this, so now you've got to come down with your price, right? So it can be used as a leveraging and the negotiation tool as well. And also one final thought that I wanted to leave the group with is that, and I checked, you know, what's going on in general with the Palm Bay. Okay, so there are a lot of tax lien sales that happen. Okay. And what that means is that the people, you know, the individual investors, you know, probably investors or the individual owners who are having properties in the Palm Bay area, they're not paying taxes. Okay.
One wanted to add that to that, right? When I was there, I was discussing with few realtors there. So most of the people who the sellers are, it's kind of an inheritance from their family. So they don't even know they have a property, and because of that reasons, they're due on taxes.
Right. So what that means is that, you know, there are a lot of people, you know, for the reasons and others, right, you know, that we don't know, you know, there are a lot of tax sales that are happening. And that basically tells you about the tax pipeline that this particular city has. And at the same token, this has about 91 active foreclosure cases with the sale dates confirmed at this point, you know, for the entire Palm Bay area. So And add to that last night the moratorium has expired, right? The federal moratorium for COVID-19, which was in place, that expired last night. Okay, so in the coming weeks we might see a spike in having others who were protected by this moratorium come in, whether it is a lot, whether it is any kind of asset, right? So that is also in play at this point. But the fundamentals remain the same. That is, there is a lot of money out there, who would basically rather put their money in the assets rather than sit in the bank, right? So that's the undertone that is driving this market at this point.
So question there, Kalyan, if the property taxes were not paid for last couple of years because either it was inherited, and is that now if you're purchasing, you would have to end up paying those property taxes?
Yes, usually that's how it is, right?
You don't have to pay. Why should you pay? You can adjust the price. You're going to work.
Correct.
You don't have to pay.
Yes.
See,
it's a lengthy process, right? That's the reason why they don't call it a foreclosure, but rather they call it a tax lien, right?
Okay.
So you purchase the lien. That means you have a right or an encumbrance right on the property. So, but as a lien holder, what you can do is after 2 years, you can request the property. Okay.
Sorry,
So
as a lien holder, what can you do?
after 24 months, you can request the sale of the property to recover your money.
Okay.
So that means your money is locked up for a minimum of 2 years.
But you have, okay, so basically you negotiate those taxes, property tax due amount part of your sale, but still it is basically you cannot do anything for 2 years. That's what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So I mean, not an instrument for somebody like you or I, because you need to be there in person to negotiate that process and purchase the tax liens and have a proper filing system and properly follow through the sale proceeds and all that. So not possible for an individual like you or I. You need to be there in person. But I'm just, it gives you one metric, right? And the metric being the health of the tax revenue for this particular town. So you compare, for example, right? You compare that with the town of Cheshire, for example. You compare that with town of Danbury, for example, right? There is no tax overdues, for these cities because these cities are very healthy, right? So individuals who are living in these cities pay taxes in time.
So like when we are asking realtor is going to get any properties which are like tax free, or they don't look at those criteria?
No, it's just like anything, right? Once you're buying an asset, you look at all these things, how healthy the tax, because basically the tax dollars is what leads to the development, right? It's just a metric to be known, and I mean, it's just there for you. I mean, it's up to you what to make out of it.
Yeah, I think a realtor can get the information for you, whether what kind of liens are there for that property. It's supposed to be disclosed.
That is possible from the title search. You will get all that information.
Yeah. You will get all those informations in the title search.
Right. But if these lots, what Boj is saying, like the ones that are highlighted here in the list that is shown, if these are the ones that are being offered by the investors, for sale, my expectation would be that this should be clear and free of all liens.
Yeah, understood.
Otherwise, you're simply not going to buy it, right?
Yeah.
That's the right bottom line. You don't get into disputed property.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, we're 10 past 12. I know we scheduled the call for 1 hour. What I want to do is kind of, maybe we can bring a, conclusion part from what we have discussed so far. Both, you want to kind of wrap it up and see if we have any other question from anyone else.
No, I will provide the data for 30 and 31, George. Okay.
Super. Awesome.
Hey, Both, is there any way we can find out in like the map of Palm Bay, Florida, where is these slots?
Yeah. Yes, Jerry. I think we had actually shared the site. There's 2 sites available. There's a Palm Bay City site itself is available where you can zoom in and out and look at all the details of the lot. And also you can do Google Map.
Yeah, I'm trying to do Google Maps, so I'm just trying to see, what should I search? I mean, Palm Bay, Florida is a bigger place, right? So not sure.
Arvind, Boj, why don't you bring up one of those?
Yeah, Arvind, just put that link.
So if you click on that link that just chat everyone, and you scroll to whichever unit you want, right?
You can actually look at them.
Yeah.
Close that out. Close the legend out. Yeah, those numbers that you're seeing to the left, the 42, 48, those are the units, right? So if you scroll down, yeah.
If you zoom in, you can see the street that divides the units.
So if you scroll down a little bit more, Boj. Yeah, so Jerry, you see the blue one, it says 31. It's blue because that has city water, right? And
Right.
If you scroll down below 31, you'll have 30. And so those that's why we selected. So 49, 30, and 31 are kind of adjacent to each other, yeah.
Okay. So I'm just trying to zoom out a little bit and see, where does it fit?
Show him the entire county in the big map.
Boj, on the left-hand side, you have the zoom. Yep, keep doing it.
Go down, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where exactly.
In relation to 95, show him the thing. Then on the beach, on the shore, whatever. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that's what I was looking. Yeah, cool.
The beach for the Palm Bay is the northeast corner of the town city.
Right, yeah.
Boj, good question. On the well water map that you shared, and then I'm looking at 49, unit 49, and there are certain lots, prices were listed, and those prices are all like 25 and above, except only one, which is 21 or 22. So how are we really comparing with David's prices? David's price is fixed at like 25, 28. And these are all like no closer, no less than that.
So that's the, see what David is no negotiation price. And the list price for the 49 that we are looking at is what the seller is asking for. We can definitely start with, of course, obviously the units that are closer to 31 could be a little bit more pricey than the internal, lots even on 49. I don't know. It's possible that the road, covering both 31 and 49 could be all well done and more developed. So somebody who wants to, build a house in the next couple of years, but they don't want in 31, in 49, it'll be 5-6 grand less. They could still buy them, right? So.
Right, Arun, but we're thinking like going to this lady, we will get a leverage. And if we're starting at 16 or 15 or 17 or 15 and then end up buying at 17 or 19, but then the prices are all like about 25 and above, and we end up somebody say, okay, I'm okay with to buy for 25, then suddenly our group, we are going just starting at 25, right?
Yeah, that's why we have, we discussed to be very transparent what you're offering. We wanted to have some discipline here. And based on the analysis done, consider those aspects. That's the request from the group, right? As Kishore mentioned, let's be a little transparent. What lot you have selected and how much you're planning to offer, and stay within our group analysis on the pricing.
Chandra here. Do we have the selling points from David? Why he's not negotiating his own business policy, but what is his selling points? Why he says 25?
He is actually selling to all the builders, Chandra. So if a builder wants 100 houses, they will not come into the open market and buy. They will go to him and buy.
And what is the justification for 25,000?
Yeah, see, for him, so he can control the market, right? So he has lots in all the majority of the unit. And say he has about, he wants to promote 30. He can let the builders get a little bit cheaper price, but for the outer market, he will make it up. Yeah, you can, his website is available. You can, search it up. He has a lot of good information.
Very good. Yeah, maybe we should consider that as well. If there is a leverage at that advantage, then we should think that as well.
Yeah, no, PalmBayLand.com. We did had a conference call with him as well. So that's why we,
Thank you. Yeah.
So one thing as a group, right? So here's a suggestion. So you folks are planning to go next week. You're going to decide tonight. Then you go and come back and just tell us, what's out there on the ground reality. Then we have to. Is it realistic to plan like next 2 weeks we have to finalize the lot and start making an offer maybe in one particular window of 2 weeks, every joint, like all 40 people or even 30, 20, whatever number of people, make the offer in the same week and try to get the acceptance. That's the way we can secure the price what we see. If we don't do that, the guess is like the moment, if you are going to keep the window very long, like 3 months or 2 months to make offer and make the buying decision and close it and all, right? The moment the realtors and others, right, start seeing that the MLS start showing up, more buyers are buying, then price will go. So is it possible as to just box in ourselves like 2 weeks to look and decide, 1 week to that one particular week to make an offer and work with the realtor and seller, get the acceptance. That way we can secure it.
Yeah, I think Arun, discussed in the last call to make all of us offer the same day, right?
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
We can tentatively have that week of 20 and 21st. The 21st would be the Sunday, right, Boj?
Yes.
And we target the 21st for making offers.
Yeah, 22nd is the day.
August 22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe for that, maybe Boj, right? If you want to send a quick survey, like a couple of dates, right? Or maybe the couple of weeks dates, whoever is majority, we can go with that. Unless someone has a concern, I'm not sure. Like, I'm fine, whatever that you folks say, whoever, someone may have concern.
See, it comes down to the funding, right? Who is having, cash available, or however they're going to make it. If there are challenges, as one of the friend suggested, we can take a loan out of your 401k, where you end up paying interest back to your own rather than taking a loan from the bank. So again, you need to start looking into those aspects, assuming you need to fund this one. Assuming I don't have cash, I'm going to take the loan. I'm going to share here.
All those should be happening now, right, Boj? As we all speak here, right? That should be happening right now, right? And going against 401k or bank, it should be happening right now, not after identifying the land.
Correct. So before you offer, you need to have the funding, make sure of that.
Arun, listen, you said 21st is the decision making. I thought we are going to the group, some of the people going to go.
No, no, yeah, right, Shan, right. So what we are discussing here is, can we have a set date where we can have all the final selections before 21st, and see if we can make an attempt to have all the offers submitted on 22nd.
But on August 22nd, we are not buying. We are just only making an offer.
Offer. That's what. Yeah, San was right.
Yeah. What I was trying to say is that you can deposit. You only need a deposit to make an offer. Then you can set a. You can negotiate and have at least up to a month time to close it. So for making all the financial arrangements. So we don't have to have the cash on 22nd. All we need is a deposit, and depending on individuals, we can close it in a week or we can close it in a couple of weeks by negotiating with the
seller.
You have to have a plan for by 22nd to generate the cash.
So is that any other question on the dates that we discussed? We might have a travel plan on 6th, and we might have another one 20th and 21st. The people who are going to be there could be the eyes for the rest of the folks, and looking at showing the site. Basically, that's all we can do once we are there. Other research can be done online. And on 22nd, we all make an offer with kind of what we agree upon.
Yeah.
Arun, can we move that date to instead of after the Labor Day weekend, September, long weekend, if somebody want to go there and see the lot, I think.
San, this is the problem, right? The listing that you have is an open market, and the lot that you see today could be sold tomorrow. So you visit one day and after a month you make an offer, that lot may not be available.
Oh, okay.
So when you see the lot on 21st and 20th, we see your lot, you don't like it, and you might be able to pick a different one. And when you make an offer, it still could have been sold by that date. We don't know. Or someone else might have made an offer from outside our group. So the longer that you wait from the date we make a travel, the lot that you might end up buying could be a totally different lot.
So Arun, going back to that question, so let us say we make the selection this week, right? So will the realtor guarantee that until 22nd, they won't accept any offers on those?
No, Santosh, this is open market.
Yeah.
So that's a challenge, right? So what are we making an offer on 22nd when our lot will not be even available?
Yep. So that's why maybe on the 19th, before we are there on the last trip, we can kind of have a fresh set of lots that are available. And if there is something that is taken already, we might be able to find a replacement, and you can see the lot, and all those things can be done on the 2 dates. And we make an offer on August 22nd.
But the realtor can also update us, right, as the lots are getting
Yes,
out?
absolutely. No, she's going to have access to the spreadsheet, and she probably, if the lot that one of us picked is going out of the market, obviously, we can have her reach out back to us and let the individual know and the group know.
Okay, one quick question, final, maybe, this question might have already been asked. How good we know this realtor? Just, is it just based on reference, or is it just based on anybody worked with her before, or he or she? I'm not sure,
Her website is called lotlady.com.
Okay.
And her father was in the real estate business, and she kind of inherited from 1987.
Okay, so yeah, no, just curious, because that's because we just
right. We don't have a personal connection or
exactly.
Yeah, that's the bottom. I wanted to make that clear. Nobody knows her personally.
Exactly.
From the core team. Secondly, we have had interaction with the previous lady. We identified one first realtor through a contact from Cheshire.
Mm-hmm.
That lady, we had a conference call. Eventually, we found Arun found the David guy online and this lot lady online. Based on all this combined information, we decided the lot lady seems to be more reasonable. That's how we
No.
decided to go with her. There is no prior experience or exposure with this lady for the anybody.
Okay.
We haven't.
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to confirm. Yeah.
Arun, do we have the list of lots available before you guys visit to Florida, or that will be available only after that visit?
No, it's available now. Actually, it's already shared in the group, Suresh.
Shared in the group, yeah.
So we can go and pick it now then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
After this call, maybe?
Yes.
Maybe from tomorrow. That's something we have to decide.
Yeah. Yeah, I
No,
think we
the
need to
reason-
talk to the realtor
The
as well,
realtor.
right? Yeah. So we need to tell
No,
her
the
you know,
reason-
this. Go ahead.
The
Sorry.
reason I'm asking is if we know and if we can able to pick one or two, whatever the number, then that is easy for you guys to, when you go there and you can specifically look for the lots which we select, right?
Correct.
Because otherwise generally you going and seeing generally maybe, I don't know how that is going to help as an individual, everyone here.
Yeah, I think we will list down what we will do as a common, right? Testing the local water, how's the well water looks like, how the city water looks like, so we will come up with some ideas, what we can test as a, for the group. If you have any ideas, let us know. At the same time, if you have selected a lot, it will help us to, plan ourselves and start visiting those lots as well, right?
Okay,
But,
got it.
the listing available lots is from that well water maps. Those are the listings you're talking about, or maybe something
One
else?
sec. Yeah, I think
Yes,
we,
yes, that's the one, right? So if you keep scrolling to the unit of your
Yeah.
interest, the ones that are marked are the ones that are in the
Yeah,
mark.
I only see about 15 or so listed as with prices marked, the boxes are marked in under unit 49. But Kalyan, you were mentioning about 30 or so available. Oh, this is the different. No, this is the same thing. Yeah. If I go to 49.
Yeah. You need to scroll down last two pages or unit
No, 19,
49.
page 19. Page 19 is unit 49.
I have only 16. Okay, this is with the well water.
Oh,
Hold
no,
on.
there are 2 pages. Okay, so I see that unit 49 has 2 pages. Okay, now
Yeah.
I see there are more lots. But again, a lot of them are like, 40, 50. Okay, there are few about 19,000 listed, but 20,000 listed.
Yeah, as I said, some are testing the waters. The only way to know is putting our prices
Make an
down.
offer.
Yeah, the problem is like, you select like of 50,001 and put it for a price offer of 17. There's no way they are going to accept that, right? And they're testing waters.
Yep.
We
Okay,
don't know.
So
They might.
no, but then again, then you're making that as a final lot and then putting a 17,000 against 50,000. Then you are basically going back to the process.
Yeah. See, that's why, you may want to avoid looking at the price as a group, when we are looking at them, don't pick them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one final, right? If you really don't have to select lot 1, lot 2, if you say this is the lot I want, just do a final selection of
Then
lot.
shouldn't we ask? Because see, we just said you don't put a price, don't select 50,000 lot as a final lot. Then don't we want to ask the lot lady not to give us these lots? Which are
No,
not-
that's again, we didn't want to be restrictive. If somebody does want it, we don't want to.
No, but then we also said in the same meeting right now that okay, we don't want to put a higher prices, and just because somebody can afford or somebody is ready to go for, but that's going to be disadvantage for others.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the question I was about to ask. Are you going to cap what is the range we are going to put an offer? We can, as a group, we cannot exceed this amount like that.
Yeah, we discussed, right? For 49, we, as based on Kalyan analysis, which we also did, right? I also shared that information, how many lots sold in the last 30 days for each of those 3 units. So for unit 49, 12 to 14, whatever the seller asking, you can still, put the offer based on this average, to 12 to 14K. And we will do the analysis for the remaining 2 units and we'll share what could be the best offer that we could do, right? So that's kind of what we can do as a group, at best, right? It's also dynamic market, every seller is different. How they are motivated, we do not know until we put an offer, right? even if you able to buy within 12 14K in 49, that could set the trend as well, right? To the realtor saying, hey, this is only going this much, why are you offering? People are there to buy for this price, so they can also go back and motivate the seller to sell, right? There's a possibility of that.
No, no, I do understand, but what I'm asking is, since we are talking about, we need to have some disciplined way of and transparency having here. So if we have put a cap, so even I don't know whether some lots maybe it's marginally going beyond that cap, are we, because just we don't want to by buying, one person should not affect others' buying power as well, right? So that's the reason I'm asking, like,
Yeah, I
okay,
think we
if
can
you
say,
have a
this is the
disciplined
correct.
way of saying, okay, for this 49, this is the maximum as a group we should buy. Otherwise, we can drop it. Like, otherwise, like, people can, if you say 25, somebody can say, I can go up to 26, then others can say 27. Then again, we are competing each other, right?
Yeah, I think we will put the information here, right? What we will do is, based on the analysis, we'll give the range, and we'll put a percentage, like 10% more or less, buffer for the team to. Is that okay?
Boj, 10% won't be make a difference for a lot that's on a main road versus interior, right? So the sale price, what Kalyan showed, gave us that middle 12 to 14, but the sale price itself varies about 12 to 18. So there is about a $5,000, differences within just 49, right? So I think that should be still a valid. Like I said, of course, we can, as a group, we can decide not to look at the 50,000 ones, right? Any outrageously overpriced within the unit, and then stick to the ones that are within our range as a group. So for 49, I would say anything between 12 to 18 should be a range. Buying price, the offer could start with 14 or 15, whatever individually feel.
Yeah, that makes sense, because that otherwise, like, you're going back to the process again, because you pick it for 20,000, 28,001 and offer 15,000, probably will never get offer never get accepted, and then you're going back to the process. And that is another thing, like, out of 40 people, probably only 20 may go through with the first round.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, very well. Because see, it's an open market. Someone else outbid us.
Exactly.
So there's.
Hey, Kali, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is there a way? Can you find out, how many of the group, go beyond the average price? How much, how many will go below the average price? Kind of, the ballpark range.
Listen, that's what we discussed, right? 12 to 18 for 49. So 12 is
no. Out of right, so you said, Kalyan said 14K is the average price, right? To put it right, how many of them will be willing to stick to that 14K, and how many of them will be go beyond 14K, right? There's nothing, we don't want to know the individuals, just given numbers, right? How many people are willing to pay more than what has been the average.
Arun, we're going to disclose the offer price too.
No, Kali, offer price is the individual decision, Kali. I offer more, I offer less, but as in a community, right? We want to know how many are willing to pay and how many are not willing to pay. That's all I am asking.
We are all willing to make the purchase between 12 to 18.
12 to 18. The 18 is that top cap? Is that
and that is for your standard lot, Arun, between that 80 by 120. So if you're buying a bigger lot, obviously you will be out of that range.
No, I agreed. I'm asking about average in the sense, I believe in a majority of the people going for average, and what would be the top price, right? Some of them may go for a little higher, and some of them may go for a little lower, but we kind of know that, right? We want to know that, where the people are standing on buying the lot, because at the end of the day, what you are saying is, you talk to the realtor and do the negotiation, right? And we are all talking about discipline and other things. It's good to hear, but eventually, I don't know where will be the discipline comes, right? There's a lot of things are there, right? Just to know that, that's all.
Yeah, no, we're going to be as transparent possible. We're going to put the offer price right on the spreadsheet for everyone to, see where others are. And
And probably even we can ask a realtor to update the sell price, final sold price also, right? That way we know what was sold for, because
Yeah,
that's what we're trying
yeah,
to.
I will share. Right, personally, I would
Yeah.
share my,
Yeah,
what I
exactly.
offered and how much I got it
Right.
for. Right.
So we can start at 14 or whatever individual person feel like, but then probably at the most we can want to go at 18, and then again what we're thinking is, okay, should we drop it to 18, because if customer, they're not we're accepting offer at 18 also, then probably we'll have to wait and we'll look for another lot. I don't know. That's what I think I'm hearing. And but again, is anybody want to go okay beyond 18, 20, 22, 25? That's basically what we want to see as in discipline in the group. We want to really stop at 18.
Yeah, I think we see as we above the top of the hour here.
Yeah.
We will give the range.
Yeah.
We will make an offer, and probably we can come together once again, to discuss, what our challenges are, right? Without doing.
Yeah. Probably like person who is bound to go beyond 18 can probably can tell, communicate to the team, and then I don't know. That's another thing. If that is really,
so whatever reasons they may have, right? And
Yeah,
my
yeah.
friends is next to me, something he found where we did not see, right? We can request.
I think what binding do we have? Let me ask you this. I think it's totally outside the scope of the discussion. So let's say somebody offers 22K. They want to move in within 2 years. Others can offer to wait 10 years, let us say.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
How do we control those people?
No,
We cannot. I don't think it's a good idea to even try to control those people.
We're not trying to control, but at the same time, we don't want to have any loose and people just go on at their own because they can afford, right? Because we're trying to, and at the same time, market, we don't want to drive the market, because realtor will come back and say, see, your friend purchased for 22. Definitely, you cannot sit at 18. Simple. Then I'm gone. I cannot even negotiate with the realtor or make any other argument.
So I mean, playing the devil's advocate here, right?
Yeah.
I look at the list.
I'm also playing the other devil.
If you see the sale price that I think Kalyan shared, you do see some sales in 31s, right? You do see 31,000 in that list. So there is already going to be an anomaly there. Maybe not within this group, but yeah, that's
See, there are so many factors. We cannot fit everything in a single window. One, like they said, the already prepped lot costs more than an unprepped lot. Then there are lots that have a canal running in the backyard. So that is a risky thing. Not a lot of people will buy. So those go for a cheaper price. So cheap doesn't mean everything good. So there are a lot of factors making, and so it has to be individual decision at that point, in my view.
I mean, the goal for everyone is to get it for the least amount possible. Yeah.
Of course, nobody will pay, will wantingly pay extra. So if they are little desperate to get the unit, they will pay a little more. That's fine. But trying to control them we can give guidance, like a honor system guidance is okay. But beyond that, making people to commit, can they not go beyond 18,000, or can they not go beyond 20,000? Will be, I think it's a kind of pushing too much in my view.
What we can do is we can add another column next to the offer price, a column for comments, right? If I'm offering 19,000 next to my friend who has offered 18,000 because that lot was not available, I thought, maybe, it's coming up. So we can add a column for comment section right there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm pretty much echoing what Dr. Sundaram said, right? So putting an upper limit is not something that we should be doing, right? Maybe recommending, because there could be many factors which go into the decision.
It's a suggestion, right? It's a recommendation.
Yeah, guidance. We can do some guidance. That's it. Honor system guidance. That's it.
Okay.
So, Boj, we do have to run this idea with the realtor.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can start booking it tonight, but we have to run it with the realtor and have her buy-in. and then open it up.
Okay.
And I think we're still agreeing for that August 22 as our target offer time.
Can I suggest one change to that, Aaron? Can we do 48 hours, 2 days, 23rd as the deadline? Instead of 22nd, do it 23rd. That's it.
Okay.
Oh,
Shouldn't be a big deal there.
okay.
Yeah, anyway, it's 22nd being Sunday. I guess you need a Monday to put the offer prices to Realtor, right? Realtor will not be available on 22nd.
Good, good. And we will also find out from the realtor what's the best way to communicate with her for individuals. Email, text, or phone call, whatever.
Okay, good. Good discussion, guys.
No further questions. We can wind up and look forward for the additional informations. And as we receive, once we have this final discussion with our realtor, we will share the details.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.